It's time to gather together. Hi there, I'm Yelta, and I'll be buying the first round while we chat about Final Fantasy XIV. This is episode 14. Pull up a chair and join us. On the menu tonight, early access for Heavensward has begun. Live letter from the producer, part 20, was at E3. The Heavensward launch trailer has been released. We'll cover highlights from the full patch 3.0 notes. The welcome back to Orze... It's spelled out here, so of course now I can't say it. Eorzea. Eorzea.
Eorzea.
Eorzea.
Eorzea.
A campaign. It's back, guys. The welcome back campaign is back with upgrades. Lots of new buyable goodies are coming soon, and a bit of developers blog. But first, let's shoot the shit. What has been going on this week? And I'm going to guess that there's a theme for all three of us, but I'm going to go down the list. I'm going to start with Kariri.
I'm thinking that, high on the list is going to be that our free company Static beat turn 13. Woo! Woohoo! It was awesome and amazing and so much fun. And it was our final, we go until midnight a couple nights a week, and it was our final run, and we did it. We just knocked it out of the park that last try, and we got it. And I was so excited that we got it done before Heavensward dropped. So that was sexy. Very, very sexy. And then, of course, I have been Heavensward all over the place. I took off work Friday and today so that I could play like a crazy person, and I'm already up to 58 and a half. So,
Nice.
Yeah, I'll have my paladin good to go in no time at all. How about you, Ruby?
Same thing. Beat turn 13 with you guys. I believe that was on Wednesday that we took it down.
Yep.
And servers went down Thursday, and Heavensward early access started Friday. So we caught it right there at the end. And what a way to complete 2.0 than to destroy Bahamut. So it was incredible. It was incredible to get it done as a group. We've been playing. I've been playing with you two since the beginning. We were together in turn one.
Turn one, yeah.
We ran together. I pissed my boy shorts going in there because that was the relic pants or whatever I was wearing at the time. And we've gone from splitting the snakes to turning everybody to stone in turn 7 and doing our best to dodge dive bombs in turn 9 all the way through 13. And I'm happy to run it with you guys. I'm happy we've been there together since the beginning, and we closed this chapter and have been able to go fresh into Heavensward. The only other thing I could think of was I got Tidus. I got the Tidus card from a platinum pack. It's like one of the only times I've ever gotten anything good from the platinum packs. But it worked out. I got Tidus and then like 2 La Habrea, so. But yeah, it's great. So I finished prior to Heavensward early access. I have 73 cards. I was only missing Chimera because I didn't run for the card. And then other Final Fantasy main characters, I was missing like 4 through 8 or 4 through 7 or something. So yeah, and now I got a bunch more to get. And that's been pretty much what I've done. Yelta?
My highlight was very much the T13 win. It was a long time coming, and we worked really hard to get it down. So I'm pretty happy with that. And it was nice to be just done before Heavensward came out.
You know what I think we forgot about though? We also had like after our T13.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that we kind of like did our final lap, right?
Yeah, we totally did. Victory dance for 2.0. What did we went and did?
We did mine. Okay, I've had this quest up forever, but I had Titan EX for the primal weapon quest still up. Somehow I had like requeued. I did it one time through, of course, but I still had it up from like accidentally queuing for it again, and I never took it off. And then I was like, I'm not doing Titan EX. I don't farm for ponies. I don't care. And it was like, okay, we have an hour left. What do we want to do? It's our last night. So it's like, let's queue up. So we did like Primal Coil. And we had a blast.
Yeah, and then we helped some people get like their Odin clear and some other
Yep.
stuff that had just been kind of hanging around. So that was actually a lot of fun. We spent that was Thursday before the servers went down, I think.
Oh, and then there was Heavensward.
Pants
Oh yeah,
sword.
we spent an hour taking screenshots.
We did. And it was funny because we mentioned it in Free Company chat, and more people showed up until we had better turnout for like Free Company pictures than when we've planned it for months. And it was amazing.
So true.
Yeah, so you just call on the pantslessness and everybody will show up to see what the hell's going on. It was pretty great. We got some good pictures with Ishgard in the background before we could actually get there, and it was amazing, and it was a great way to wrap up 2.0.
And you can probably find those pictures if you look on Twitter for the hashtag pantslessward. There are a couple out there.
There's a few, yeah.
All right, well, 2.0 is done now. I guess the new news is, of course, early access for Final Fantasy Heavensward begins, or rather, it begun. And it's by the time you listen to this, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope you got a chance to be there. I know Kariri and I have been hitting it pretty hard, and Ruby, you had a family thing. So
yeah, I had a family reunion, but cool part is at my reunion, it was in a nearby town to a couple of our Free Company members, Eddard and Lina. So I got to spend time with them, and I got to watch Eddard play Heavensward early access. I don't know if that's salt in the wound. You can't play, but you get to watch your buddy live play.
Maybe squeeze some lemon juice on it.
There you go.
Yeah. So it's happening. I hope everybody had a good time because it's over now. The other news is Yoshida's live letter from E3. That was on June 18th. It was broadcasted on YouTube and Twitch. There was a personal message from Yoshida right away about DAT miners. And I know all of us, DAT miners don't exist, except for they really do. And it was kind of funny because as soon as he talked about it, to please take down your data mined materials because it's really spoilers, and on top of which it's against the law. So I know that I had seen some pictures tweeted and stuff later that had the address of the DAT miner place, and then we took this down based on Yoshi P's request. So I'm really happy they don't spoil it for everybody.
Well, I was at work when this was going on because I guess it was happening about like noon or 2:00, depending on your time zone.
Yeah, it was noon central here, so.
So I was watching this or getting the Twitter feeds, and of course I'm looking for abilities that's coming out for White Mage because it's my main. So I'm looking at abilities and it's like, oh, Holy changed and what's going on and da da da. And then you would go back and look, and then they're gone. Like what? Huh? Which I guess people were getting all the stuff taken down because they're not supposed to have it out yet.
Well, technically speaking, I think all DAT mining is not actually legal. So, I mean, it happens.
Yeah, even the Triple Triad websites that we've plugged on here, all of them, or a couple of them, had all the information on the new cards up immediately and where you'd find them and everything, all the information you'd want for the website. And as soon as Yoshi said, no, pull it down, they pulled it down and they posted, we'll put it back up after, the true release, after early access is over. But yeah, it was nice to see how many of them pulled it down right away, not at the threat of legal action, really.
Just because he asked.
It was asked, yeah.
Very cool. In that live letter, he did. I don't even remember what he did. There was a PowerPoint presentation, and they went like an hour and a half. It was only supposed to be an hour. Basically, like some of the exciting stuff was the 840 Veteran Day reward is the Final Fantasy II Wild Rose attire set. I thought that looked pretty slick.
Oh my god, that looks so cool. Okay, I was even tweeting about something about this recently, like from the same game. There's a white mage called Minwoo, and he's like this epic white mage in the game, and I was like, how cool it would be if we had his set. Well, that's not the set that they released, but this is the Free Anil or Firion set from Final Fantasy II. Super cool looking.
Yeah. The other thing that I don't even remember if they talked about it, but I know a lot of us noticed like immediately, oh my God, there's carbuncles. There was carbuncle minions in the the game
Plushies and
feed.
yeah.
Well, no, there was the minions in the game feed.
Oh, okay.
And they were like, oh man, I wonder how you get those. And then they showed us there will be 2 new plushies, the Peridot and the Heliodor carbuncle
Yes.
plushies. And if you buy those off, I don't remember when they're going to be available. I think at Comic-Con first. And later we'll be able to buy it. But those both come with a code from Minion, so I suppose I need to buy them both, right?
Yep. Have to catch them all. I think they even said
yeah.
that.
Have to,
Even said-
yes,
Actually,
Pokemon reference.
in the thing when they were showing off, because they went into depth about showing off. We'll talk about some of the things that they showed, but they were showing the building the airship stuff, and as they walked into the door, he popped out the Heliodor Chocobo, and when he did, he went pika pika, and
Yes.
and Michael Koji, Christopher Fox, I mess his name up, but Fernhalls was like, I don't know if we can say that, I don't know. And then at the end of the deal, he goes, they show the plushies, and they're like, I guess you got to catch them all. Can I say that? Too cute.
It was cute.
And those are going to be about $30 each. So there goes $60.
Oh yeah.
But they're so cute. I may also have to order an extra one. I think we might need to have a contest pretty soon.
Yeah.
We'll go into that maybe next week. There are ideas. Then also the full release of the 3.0 patch notes. Those were released on June 19th. We got the preliminary notes a few days earlier, but now they added, everything. Boy, I just really want to bring people's attention to there are patch notes. Go read them. I think is the first thing.
There's a lot.
There's a lot in here. It starts out right and there's a lot of stuff in red. So if you didn't buy Heavensward, there are some changes that are going to be there for you in the existing game, right?
Yes.
There are some additions. They've made some adjustments. I have secondhand stories about some of the adjustments they made, and we had a free company member who was just before Leviathan or something on Friday, and he's now in Heavensward. So I don't know what happened, but he said they throw I-90 gear at you, and he didn't have to do anything but pretty much fly through the storylines. So that was one of the adjustments I know they made.
Well,
but,
even you're mentioning the I-90 gear. I read on Twitter that there were gear smugglers out of Ishgard, meaning there were players that were talking and buying from the NPCs and passing the gear to friends out that could not get in yet.
Clever. Okay.
So have some I-115 gear, my friend, and finish up, and we'll see you in Ishgard.
Well, and even a lot of the, I was noticing right away, this is probably for next week, but I was noticing a lot of our quest rewards, our gear, even in Heavensward. And the first thing I noticed was they were not unique and untradeable.
Oh,
no.
Yeah.
You can buy them from an NPC. I saw where you could buy them.
Yep, I
from
found
an
them on the NPC.
Yeah.
The crafters were already complaining about it, but I don't think this is the crafters patch. I think that's coming.
No, the crafters patch will be, I think that's the 305 maybe.
Yeah, when they release the scripts, I think will be very crafty.
Yeah. All right. Well, one of the biggest things is the new playable content. Or the new playable content contains all these new areas. Now, Ishgard, guys, I just got to say, it's more beautiful than I thought it would be.
Wow.
It's the detail. The amount of detail is overwhelming.
Oh, do know this, and Cinna clued me into this. When you reinstall or do whatever, check your settings again. Something reset mine. I was back on laptop high.
Mine was too.
Go back and fix your settings so it will show whatever setting that you want it to be. So if you want to jack your stuff up to all the way, go all the way, but you'll have to go back in there and fix it.
Oh, maximum, baby.
Maximum.
Oh yeah.
I'm so happy. My new computer that I built, I'm on maximum and I'm getting 80 or 90 frames. It maybe dips down to 70 if there's a lot of other people around.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah, it's quite gorgeous. And the music is lovely too. So Ishgard itself is in, so far anyway, pretty much there's 2 zones, it looks like.
Yeah, it's massive.
Yeah, it's pretty big. It's pretty big.
They do help you out, but it is massive.
Yeah, there are atherites everywhere. There's the little, oh God, there's what, 1, 2, 3. There's probably 8 of them or something, like in the 2 maps. So it's very, very large, very, very pretty, and it's very specifically laid out. And I like the stories behind them. I like the music. It's, you got to check them out. Go run around, check out everything. There's a couple of introductory quests showing you around and giving you some history. So it's pretty cool.
Speaking of history, I know Ruby and I, at least, both were a little bit, little bit emotional when we went to we went to the Corthus Western Highlands. Those of us who played 1.0 might remember this place as a lush green area, and much like Central Highlands, it's all covered in snow now.
I even told Yelta, I said, I forgot that this place was green until really 5 years ago, since the calamity. And you get that full feeling comes back to you when you set foot in these zones. I know that's probably more of an impressions type topic, but it's just when you go and you see the things that you saw in 1.0 covered in ice. I won't spoil, but you'll see an aetherite at one point covered in ice, and the feels are unimaginable unless you're a legacy player. You're going to have those feels. If you're not a legacy player, this place is gorgeous. The whole landscape is gorgeous.
Well, it's somehow, for doing it in rocks and snow, it is. And that kind of impressed me. They really split up the game between the 2 beginner welcome to the new world areas. This one and another one we'll talk about. And this one's, it's all frozen and whatnot. But
I will also say that this is probably for the next podcast too, but I was so impressed with the way that they balanced the flight with the ground. It's gorgeous and it's pretty seamless, and it's very obvious that you're supposed to be here now. You can't go there yet. And how they, some quests you can't get until you can fly. Some quests, lead you place to place to place. They did it in a way that it's linear. Like I've been questing all the way up. Some people are fake grinding, some people are dungeoning, and I've been questing, and I've been doing every quest in every zone, no matter what. And it's so, you can go zone to zone and pick them up wherever, but it's linear, and they did a really good job of leading you from zone to zone or camp to camp as things get harder. And it's really impressive to me the way that they wrapped it all together. And
that was a point I had with the city, where you go into the city and it's massive, but they're like, let's take you on a guided tour. Please, thank you.
Yes.
I have no idea where I'm going. Please take me around the city. Don't just drop me off in the middle of this huge-ass place and let me wander, because that's frustrating. And I'm not frustrated. I'm behind you two in content right now, and so I have not yet learned to fly, but I am not yet frustrated. I'm not looking at mountaintops going, when the hell do I get up on that thing? And I would think by the time I get to that spot, that's the time they're going to say, here's a flying mount.
Yeah, no, and they do that really, really well. The first couple times you see someone fly overhead, it's amazing.
It made me think of people riding chocobos in 11.
Exactly.
I'm like, man, someday I'll get a chocobo.
I'm gonna be there soon, man. Yeah, and the way they do it, they explained with the ethereal currents and stuff and all the patch notes and stuff, but I really didn't get it. I really didn't get how they were going to get us to unlock flight. And it truly is up to you when you do it, kind of. There's 10 currents available on each of the maps. And then there are 5 of them that are available only through quests. And one of the 5 available only through quests is related to either a dungeon or main storyline quest. So in order to unlock flight in each region, you do have to do a number of different things. And I thought it broke up the monotony of leveling really nicely. So yeah, they're doing a great job. And And this is so not what we were going to talk about with patch notes. But
It's just what you're saying. It's so difficult to separate the actual notes from the experience.
yes.
Because you see these things and it just brings out the experiences we've had in these areas. But we'll try.
We'll try. One thing I do want to note in the first two kind of level 50 areas, of course, this Western Highlands, and I think the Churning Mists. No, Sea of Clouds.
Sea of Clouds.
Is it Sea of Clouds? My brain.
Yeah, it's the
Anyway.
lower portion of the Sea of Clouds.
Yeah. So you may get confused because they have split those each into 3 instances each. So if Kariri's in instance 1 and I'm in instance 3, we can't see each other. Actually, I loved it. All of a sudden, when I got past that and I was where it was uninstanced, now there are so many people I can't even interact with objects because everybody's.
Oh, yeah.
By now, it probably is clear. Well, no, see, tomorrow's going to be general access, so whatever.
Yeah, it'll be a little while. Now, they did explain, Yoshida explained this during the E3 deal, that if you teleport in, they'll randomly assign you what instance you'll be in. But if you walk through the zone line, you should be able to pick. Is that true?
You can
It is
type
true.
in /instance something. I don't remember what it is because I've never needed to do it yet.
/instance only tells you which one you're
Which
in.
one you're in? Okay.
Yeah, but if I walk from Ishgard to Korthus, it says you're going into somewhere that has 3 instances, and it gives you 4 options. I don't care, pick one for me. And then it gives you each of the 3 instances, and I think the number next to it is the number of players in that instance.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So and in fact, the party finders right now say fate grinding in instance 1, walk in via, and then they told you where to walk in, so you can actually be in the
cool.
instance.
Well,
Yeah.
We're on a very busy server. We're on Excalibur, so it's a very high populated server. The highest I've seen is instance 3.
I think there are only 3 instances.
Okay.
I think that's what they did. I think that's what they actually said, is there was only going to be 3, but
Yeah, I've seen 3 a lot.
and there's only like 8 servers that even they've done this with, and they said they were going to watch and see if they needed to do this with other servers, but I think it's working well.
Smart choice.
Yeah.
None of it feels like it's abandoned. It's not like they're instancing it unnecessarily either. It's like I have always, even in places where there aren't a lot of people yet, it doesn't feel barren. And that's what I was afraid of. And I was thinking, okay, yes, it's going to be extraordinarily busy at certain times of day, but in other parts with 3 instances, it's going to be deserted. And it just hasn't happened yet. I keep, if I'm on a fate, there's going to be other people at that fate. It's busy enough no matter which instance you're in. So it's pretty cool.
Well, I was starting off in the Korthus Western Highlands, and I'm doing a fate, and one of our free company members had walked up, and then Yelta swooped down, and I didn't think anything about an instance. It was just like, oh, here, a couple of buddies walked up, and they were just passing through. I don't think Yelta was looking for me.
We were stalking you.
Okay.
But yeah.
Glad
no,
I'm loved.
Yeah, no.
It was a gentle stalking. It
was a gentle. It was a kinder, gentle.
You
stalking.
stalked me gently.
Towards the middle of the night, the early AM hours, I have been like unable to do a couple of fates because no one else was around, but that's going to happen. I just went and did something else. So, all right. Well, back to the patch notes. They did add new main scenario quests. Yay.
Yeah.
I think they only list the very first one, coming to Ishgard. That starts where the last quest ended off, that little instance room at Camp Dragonhead, where you went and played Triple Triad against Tataru. So that's where that is, where that starts.
They
make these notes so you don't go, what do I do now?
That's the new let me Google that for you. It's let me patch note that for you. And as much as I said that, I'm as guilty as anyone else, because I occasionally will go, hey, where was this at? And someone will say, oh, I was just looking at that. It's here. So it's not always because you don't know better. It's like
I do sometimes forget that not everyone has a computer with 2 monitors. Some people are like playing on, like my husband plays on PS4. He doesn't have something else. Maybe he can look it up on his phone, but I try to be patient.
I wonder if Libra Eorzea has this updated.
Oh, they should check that.
They also said that level 50 main scenario quests introduced prior to patch 3.0 will now grant experience points upon completion. My cat likes that.
It's a very happy cat.
I bet he likes the Gala cats.
Oh my god, that's my favorite thing ever.
They're fantastic.
For 2.0, the number of experience points gained by the main scenario quest up to level 49 has been increased. So if you're not caught up, like we said earlier, you really should fly through. I think people who quit after like 2.0, you really should be able to get through rapidly. For 2.0 stuff, certain item and guild rewards have been adjusted to accommodate returning players. So, and some of these things in the patch notes are really brief. Chronicles of a New Era quests have been added. So there's side quests, blah, blah, blah. But I think one of the ones most of us were interested in is new job quests have been added.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ruby, have you done any of your job quests
I
yet?
have not done my job quest yet. Does it start right at 50, or do you have to wait for 52 to go back?
No, the first one's at 50.
Okay.
Yep.
You don't get anything, but I don't think you get anything until
Starts the ball rolling.
It starts your new story. Yeah.
So, but then you go, what, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60?
Yes, you get on the evens, you get your new job quest and abilities, and on the odds, you get a new point to what do you call those? Like I had mine to vitality point.
Oh,
Right,
yes.
attribute points. I did level to 51. Yay me.
Yay.
And I got an attribute point, and I was like, wow, been a long time.
In a while, yeah.
And I'll still throw that into mind. Okay.
I will also mention, just for the sake of people's sanity, that I know some of the quests, the job quests, they're moving around. It's not like you're always going to have the one guy in the gladiator guild that has the quest for you. You're not always going to have Jenlyn standing in the place in Steps of Thal that has the quest for you. Every single job quest after 50, my paladin quest has moved to different zones, different camps, the middle of fucking nowhere. So, and it's not in the completed quest text. It doesn't even say which zone on half of them. So for your sanity, especially if you're a paladin, I know a couple other ones said, no, mine's always in the same place. So I don't know which quests those are. But for paladin especially, you might want to write down where your last one was.
See, and for Black Mage through 56 anyway, they've all been the same place. But yeah, I don't know. I should ask Ulf about Warrior. But yeah, I do wish the completed class. Well, even in the main scenario, Ulf and I had to level up. And while you read it, it actually mentioned in the notes where it was, but it could have been a little bit more clear, maybe, or like a reminder. Oh, remember you were over here.
Yeah. No, that would be. I mean, I don't usually need to be completely handheld, but when they're moving me around on a quest that I'm only doing every 2 levels, it's. Like
it's easy to forget where you were.
It really is. And one of them isn't like in the middle. One of them's at the first, like, whatever nest camp, in that first zone. But then you go out like to the middle of nowhere for one of them in that same zone. And that's where the quest starts. It's like, how would I ever have known that this is where I was supposed to be? But yeah, it's part of the storyline, and it makes perfect sense in the telling of the story, but it should, at least in the completed quest log, say, and they left off at camp whatchamacallit, pondering that thought. I don't know, something.
Oh yeah, I hear you. They also added crafting and gathering classes. Now, mind you, I have only done one crafting and one gatherer class quest, level 50. In Heavensward. Both of them basically took you to Ishgard and said, come back when you're level 53.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's like we said. I think a lot of this is being pushed back to patch 3.05 or the future patches
this is not
with scripts.
Crafting.
So yeah, I guess get the ball rolling. It's definitely not where I want to start. There are a lot of people who want to delve right into crafting and gathering. And there are things you can start off with, like the airship stuff, but I think we're going to wait to get more of this.
Yeah, I think a lot of us are not doing that. It's very much a subset of people who are like, must gather now. I know my very first, I went from Ishgard to the first zone and there was someone already gathering things on botany. And I'm like,
Oh yeah.
oh my God,
Yeah, I
couldn't
was out in the
possibly do that.
field. Someone was banging a rock next to me and leveled up, and I'm like, "How can you be? What were they like 54 already?" I was like,
Oh my God.
"I'm like that is ridiculous." But yeah, no, well, it depends on what what you're interested in. I mean, I know I was level 54, and our friend Millie was like, "Well, I just glamored my gear all differently, so that's my priority." But
I'm
Different
definitely not doing
priorities.
that. It'll be changing too often, I think, at
oh,
this
I don't know.
stage.
I just dyed all
Oh
my
no, I
pink.
glamored. I glamored. I got a dungeon drop. I'm like, oh, I like that, but it's too low. So I had to wait till since you can't glamour higher level stuff on, or is it low? How does it work? Higher level stuff on lower level stuff. I had to wait till I got a higher piece of equipment to glamour onto it.
Oh.
That was yeah.
I will say that um oh, what were we talking about? Oh, the priorities. The I know with our group that we're fully planning on hitting Alexander, like from day one, hit the ground running, everybody ready to go. So I think really for our group, the crafting and gathering is kind of at the back of our minds when we're trying to gear up and level up and be as prepared for end game content as possible.
Absolutely. For 2.0 players or those who haven't done it yet, the Beast Tribe daily quests have been adjusted. Instead of doing 6 a day, you can do 12. And the elegant tombstones rewarded are buffed up or whatever.
I need this because I'm still behind on Beast Tribe, but Beast Tribe is the last thing I'm going to look at right now.
Yeah, but it'll be nice to do it twice as fast.
Until they give us
They're going to give
Nap
us the new ones, yeah.
and Vanu.
They've made adjustments and given us new guild leaves. You can now do temple leaves. It's a new kind of guild leave. It takes 10 leave thingies. What do you call those? Allowances?
Allowances, yeah.
Temple. Okay, I did some of these with Ulf. They were completely underwhelming.
I've heard
Oh.
that from at least 4 different people now. That
They
it's
were
not worth it.
The 10. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. However, I will say they guild leaves now. You have a possibility. Okay, treasure coffers in leaves would sometimes give you like a nice piece of gear or whatever. Now you can get amber encased Vilekin, which makes me think of Jurassic Park. But because
How
Vilekin
fitting.
are like mosquitoes, right?
That's right.
And in amber, yeah.
I've got 4 of these now, and I went and looked at the NPC, the Amber Trader, next to the guild leave guy. That seems like some pretty nice stuff you can pick up there. So,
Is
if you
it
do
baby
leaves-
dinosaurs?
No, I didn't see any baby dinosaurs. I have seen dinosaurs, but not as rewards.
There's dinosaurs in this patch. There's a lot of dinosaurs.
Yes.
Dragons
I've seen
and
quite a few dinosaurs, yeah. The dragons I was expecting, the dinosaurs not so much. It's kind of entertaining.
Guild leaves have been adjusted. The icons now say the class names. Yeah, okay, yay. Fates, there's fates. There's lots of new fates.
Really?
You're kidding.
Yeah.
I
They-
will say they actually do have a couple of the fates that have cards attached to them. So
I know there's one that has a minion, I think.
Yep.
No, that's the Fat Chocobo card. I said it out
okay.
loud.
Shh.
Shit, sorry.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler
but
alert.
it'll be after. Yeah, okay.
That's
Never-
true.
But yeah, there's a couple of cards attached to fates, and I think someone mentioned a minion somewhere. I could be wrong about that. Do not take my word for it. But yeah, so there's a couple of neat things going on with fates.
Well, if you want to mention minions, the dungeons have minions too.
Yes, they do.
And that's cool.
I
And
don't even know-
cards. Even the first dungeon has a card.
Ulf did get a card from the first dungeon, so I know that exists. so.
Gimme.
Oh yeah.
Well, I've run it like 10 times now, and I still don't have a card, but I'll keep trying. Okay, in accordance to the increased level cap, the difficulty of Steel Rain, so that's the Odin fate, that has been adjusted. Treasure Hunt, you know what? Haven't had time to do it. They have added 3 types of maps. They've changed the rewards. Blah, blah, blah. I don't think we care right now.
Nope, too busy.
Someone might care. We don't.
Fast. Yeah, read the patch notes if you care. Grant and free companies. There are they've adjusted what you can exchange company seals for. By the way, Kariri, do you have company seals coming out of your ears at this point?
I do. I'm up to like 30,000 already. And I didn't have that many when we started. But I've been running into fates as I'm running around the map, like
Yep.
just completely the way fates, as God Yoshi P intended, that you run across them in the zone, and then you do them, and then you go on with your quest. You know.
Hey, we talk a lot of shit about fates, but when I need to level up and I walk past one, I'm doing that
I'm
damn
there.
fate.
They're also. I'm sorry. I love the names. I love the puns. I love the
Some of them are-
references. They're fucking hilarious.
Oh,
Okay, this is not really spoiler, but there's one where you like attack birds with nests, and after you finish that one, a second one comes along, and if you read the text on it, it's like, so you thought you could destroy all those nests with no one caring? I mean, there's some really good ones.
Oh God, I wish I could remember the one. I had to tell the whole free company because the name of it and what you were fighting was so ridiculous. It was so. Oh, it was a drunk. I fought a drunk bear somewhere or something, and then there was a. Oh, I don't even remember. Just look at the fate names and read what the actual fates are while you're spamming Flash or whatever it is you're doing. Just read what the fates are about because they are seriously funny, and someone put some time into writing them up.
well, Fernhalls always does good with puns.
Oh, he's amazing.
I was in the Foundation, I think the broom, and there was some soldier. It's like, I'm a poor soldier from a poor family. It's like
Oh my
singing
God,
Bohemian Rhapsody lyrics
that's
at the
fantastic.
One of the things I'm sure Hunts is on here later, but speaking of fates, one of the things I hated about fates was the fact Hunts made me do them for the daily bills.
Mhm.
I've only done the level ones so far, and it has not involved a fate.
I'm
So
on the
I'm
level
hoping-
2s, and I have not hit a fate either.
Good.
So yeah, and fates I really think should be, oh, we're being attacked by a bunch of drunk Lalafels, let's go kill them or whatever, as you run by them. I hate waiting for them. So far I haven't had to wait for any.
No Lalafels were harmed in the making of this podcast.
Oh my God. One of the things with the Grand Company turn-ins, they have totally nerfed the points you get from turning in gear.
Yes.
I still don't know what to do with all my seal. And the good news is you've probably been hanging on to all this stuff that you couldn't turn in, and now you can.
Yes.
If you haven't logged in, or if you haven't done this yet, go through your retainers, go through your armory, just turn in all that shit that you've been hanging on to.
Yes, and you can also they just put a whole bunch more things in the armoire. So
Oh yeah.
So pull out of your retainers also your egg earrings and I don't know, all of those special extra little items and stick them in the armoire.
And don't forget to throw your gear onto your retainers too.
Yeah.
Upgrade that gear as you go along.
See, I keep running into that. I forgot all about my retainers. I tried to put some of my gear on it because I got all this level 51 gear, and they're like, dude, I'm not level 51. You can't put this on me yet.
Yeah,
What the hell?
Gotta send him on a quest.
Yeah,
him
I'll have
or
to
her.
go buy some more ventures with these overloaded
first you have
seals.
to level up.
That's true.
too.
Yeah, because you have to level up first, and then because your retainers can only be, what is that, -9 or something? I don't remember what it is. There's math. They can be the same level as you. I thought less than whatever.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't remember. All 8 of my retainers now because I had to buy them.
Oh yeah, you loaded up.
You
huh?
have
I
8,
loaded up.
really?
I have 8. So
Oh
does
my
Ulf.
God.
That's crazy.
Oh my
That's
God.
crazy good though. That's awesome.
I know it costs money and whatever, but I don't care.
Well, I was looking at mine and I was like, oh, maybe I should turn these in. But they've also increased desynthesis. So if you need to desynthesize things, maybe you can desynthesize them and raise your desynth level on things.
Also in the notes, if you feel the need of hanging new portraits on the wall, I don't know if you guys checked this out. You can now exchange. I almost bought all the paintings the 2 minutes I was logged into the game when I was the first one on the server. Players can now exchange company credits for items by speaking to the quartermaster or the resident caretaker in the housing district. There's like 3 paint. I think it's Lusois, it's Sid, and I think it's what's her name? Oh my god, you guys.
Rowena?
Not Rowena. The cyan chick.
Oh,
Minfilia.
Minfilia. Yeah, there's.
Okay, we have to buy them.
Well, I almost bought all 3 and put them in the house to see if it.
Why do you not have them yet?
Oh, because I got disconnected from the server and went out for breakfast at 6 in the morning, and then I decided I didn't feel good and slept all day.
Yeah, that works too.
I'm totally missing the experience of staying up all night and then sleeping all day and then staying up all night playing the pat. I'm so jealous of you two.
Oh, well, you were missed. You and Cinna were both missed for sure.
It was weird not having you.
It really was.
It's also weird, by the way. This is totally aside. I am usually the one who takes the day off, and Kariri's like behind me. She is like way ahead of me.
I am fucking flying though. See, here's the thing. Yelta and Ulf took a week off. I took 2 days off, so I am trying as hard as humanly possible to get as much out of these days as I can in any way, shape, or form. Because I know Yelta is usually ahead of me. But the other part of this is usually I wait for Yelta or Yelta waits for me because we go run the dungeons for the first time together. But because Ulf is playing too. Ulf's a tank and I'm a tank. We can't run shit together. So it's like, well, I'm not gonna wait around then. Fuck that.
Never expected you to.
This one's been a little melancholy for me because I haven't gotten to do all my firsts with Yelta, but I totally get wanting to do them with Ulf. That I would too if my husband played for sure. But yeah, no, I've been running as hard as I can, and I'm gonna be over that now because I go back to work in the morning.
Also, they added company workshops. Now, mind you, I did log in and buy the company we had saved up the money, but I did buy the company workshop. I didn't know what to do with it, but some of you have actually done it though. We have created airship parts at this point.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was involved a little bit, but it's cool looking, guys. There's I don't even know all the ins and outs, but I kind of like the idea of everybody gets to, and it seems like it wants all these mats for your airship parts, and if you get high quality mats, it makes it easier to do something awesome in later steps. I don't even know what it all means. I think we were a little bit underwhelmed by the part where you have to get a party of crafters. You basically get a party of crafters and have a cutscene.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is each piece that you build, okay, like for instance, the airship, just the basic airship has 4 parts, and the first part is the hull. And to build the hull, basically you take these mini mats, you put them together, and that's phase 1. There are 3 phases to building just the hull. So when you can do all of that, anyone can go donate those mats as long as you've given them permission to donate mats to the company crafting. They can do that. They can add those things. But until you have that party together, like Yelta was talking about, you cannot go forward to the next phase of building. So everybody can donate whatever they want, but then to do that cutscene to switch phases, you have to be in a party. I have not seen the cutscene yet, so I have not had the chance to be underwhelmed in person. But,
we'll have to look and see what. I bet we can finish something tomorrow, and we'll make sure you get there.
Definitely, and so we do have a couple of pieces done. I would like to be there when we get the whole airship done.
Oh, me too. Yeah. Please.
So
yes.
Please.
Yeah, that's been a lot of fun so far.
Oh, and I know some people I was chatting with, they were saying that they basically had like one person who, from the minute the servers came up, they had the company workshop and they pretty much worked on that thing until they set it. They did nothing else in the game until they set it out on its first airship venture thing. Yeah. So we're behind, guys. I'm sorry, but I had to kill monsters.
Oh, I know. We're going to be behind someone no matter what.
Oh, yeah. All right, but our company airship is coming together. They've implemented exploratory voyages, which is kind of like free company airship ventures. And but don't worry, guys. Eventually, they are. It sounds really cool what they are, but later we're going to get to actually visit as a party or something these islands that our airships are discovering. This is just phase one. I know a lot of people. There was people who were saying they were let down. Oh, it's just airship ventures, and I'm like, but they've said now that's just step one.
Yes.
Yeah, and I love the fact that they're starting on a whole new path for us. We've talked about numerous times how we were, okay, the expansion is cool, but we have new fates and we have new hunts and we have new leaves, big deal. This is actual new, completely on its own content, and they're going somewhere with it. So let them take the steps and let them get there, and we'll see where it goes.
I'm going to take this another direction real quick, but just from playing, and I know this is more of an experience thing, but the way they started Heavensward, there's a bit of narration. It's not really spoilery. If you go watch the trailer, you can see the narration. But the narration reminds me of Final Fantasy Tactics, which is a kind of a narrated game where they talk about, somebody's memoirs of what was going on with something. And this also reminds me of Final Fantasy Tactics. The airship missions reminds me very much of Final Fantasy Tactics. I just think it's just a cool little caveat. Like it's a cool little connection there for me in my mind of more tactics type things.
Oh, that's neat. I've never played Tactics, so that'd be one to check out.
They did adjust free company actions, which I think I forgot to refresh before I logged out, and people will be screaming. But they've adjusted the actions.
I took care of them.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, good. Yeah, she came. How could you hear that? I'm muted.
I could hear the screaming from here.
Wow.
No, Cinda said buffs wore off and little crying marks, so I went and got them quick.
Well, I bought them, so they should be there.
I didn't know they were already bought, so I went to buy some more, and then I opened it, and they're like, well, you already have these, dumbass. So I...
I figured for like 2 weeks, we'll just keep those up all the time.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, what they changed was some of them were like Brave New World and Brave New World 2 increases the attributes from all Disciple of War and Magics under level 10 by 15%. They've changed it to under level 49 by 5% or whatever. They're adjusted. Those aren't the ones we decided to keep up though. With all the teleporting, we really felt that the one that makes cheaper teleports was useful, and the XP buff was useful. So
for sure,
those were the ones we're keeping up. Housing has some change. What?
Oh, I was just going to say they also did some new company actions, and I was just looking not at all of them, obviously, but like jackpot ones that increase the MGP payout. That would be really awesome to spring on us on. I wonder if that'd count on Triple Triad tournament day. Where we get our when we get our benefits from it. From
we should
being
try
in the
this for
tournament.
science.
Yeah, to see if it pays out better for having that up. Anyways,
they've also added some housing stuff, new furnishings. There's a carbuncle clock and a tonberry stuffed animal. It's so cute. They've added grade 2 and 3 ethereal wheels. I think those are all company crafting ones, though, right? Those aren't ones you can just craft yourself.
I believe so. I accidentally started one on our first, when we started our company crafting. I was so tired. I was nodding off at the keyboard, but I had to check out our company crafting, So I accidentally set up an ethereal wheel to be crafted, and people started donating shit to it before we realized, no, we want to do an airship. Get this thing off of here. And we actually had to throw it out.
Well.
Oh, well. Anyways.
Get more mats. They've added triple triad table for in your house. I want this. I want this, but none of us, we've all been too busy to even come up with it. We're too busy. Maybe when we're bored. The crafting facility furnishings, like the kitchen and the loom and all those crafting ones, they can now be used by crafting classes up to level 50. Well, it's still a yay, I guess. I still really am kind of underwhelmed by that.
I don't know why they just don't go all the way up. I really don't.
Or like 59. Maybe it won't be that last level, but 59. The order, the items, who cares about what the order in the window. Manderville Gold Saucer. You can now see racing times and experience. It's adjusted. They have added triple triad cards. They showed us what Estinian, all these.
Almarak.
Lady Iceheart.
Yeah, Iceheart. So, but there are more than that because I've already been heard about them. But I purposely not been looking at.
Oh yeah, there's a lot more.
There are new NPC opponents. I see those pop up usually after I finish a round of quests in a zone. All of a sudden, there's a icon.
Yep.
I have not touched them though because I want to do it later. Oh, they've changed points. They've this one's nice. When selecting a deck for Triple Triad, the cursor will default to the last deck you selected. That's kind of nice.
That.
When you start hitting enter too much or something. Be warned, if in 3.0, at a certain point you will not be able to challenge Tatashiru anymore until later. But you're going to be so busy running main storyline you don't care.
Yep.
I haven't done this yet either. I haven't been to the Gold Saucer.
Oh my gosh, I got to do that.
I've done this already. Yeah.
If I do anything tonight before the maintenance, I need to do that.
So you can buy 3 Cactpot tickets, but they get increasingly more expensive, right? 100 MGP, 200 MGP, 300 MGP. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I've bought them each day, and I've actually made more than I spent all 3 days in a row. So that's something.
Call it a win.
Yeah.
They've added aura dancers to that gate with the dancing. Those NPCs will now appear in different variations. Greg, who sells stuff at the counter at the Gold Saucer, now has no more items. I have no idea what they are because I haven't looked. And you can now buy more prize. I might have to go look. When we get done with this,
was just showing me the sword. Like you could. I didn't see one for Machinist, and I didn't see one for Astrologian.
Oh.
But there is a new Dark Knight sword that you can buy from that NPC that sells the different, like the Blood Sword and Mindbreaker and such, just to the left of the Cactpot ticket person.
Okay.
And this sword was in there.
Cool. They added more sightseeing logs. So far, they've now added a little glowing ball at sightseeing places.
Yes.
I've only picked up a couple of them. Basically, I stood on them and did lookout, and I got it. So some of them might be annoying, but so far, the ones I saw were like obvious.
I think this is great.
Oh, go ahead, Ruby.
No. I think this is great, and I hope that they go back later and add this to the 2.0 areas, just because I really, maybe I'm a scrub. I don't know. I just don't feel like going to hunt for these things during the different weathers of different days.
Oh.
The reward's not good enough for me. To me, it's just not. I would be using a guide anyway. You might as well have a floating ball where it's going to be so I can at least find them easier.
Yeah. That glowing ball seriously has made me run over and look to see what the hell's going on a few times. I've gotten like 7 of them already, and I haven't even looked. And only one of them I found that I stood on. I did look out and I couldn't get it, so I'm assuming it's weather related. But all the rest of them have not been weather related, or else I had the right weather. Because I do like that they've made it a little easier to find them. I don't know.
Well, I don't even mind the weather related or even the day-night cycle related if the hint in the log gives you a better indication of what you should be doing. Some of the old ones. Oh, and by the way, I never finished the old ones. You do not have to finish the old ones to do these new ones. But yeah, I don't like the ones that were like, it has to be the right weather, and then I have to use a different emote, and I never would figure this shit out with other third-party site.
Reminds me of questing in 11.
Yeah. All right. You can now be an aura. I'm not, but have fun with that. They're kind of cool looking. However, honestly, on my little LFL, I always zoom the camera as far as you can out. All I can tell is if you're a tall person or a short person. That's all I can tell.
Yeah, unless you're in my free company and standing next to me and, end game content or something, I don't really see anyways, so.
They did add at least 4 hairstyles. I did go personally with the new ponytail, and I love it.
It's adorable on you.
Looks great.
Somebody tweeted that. I saw it. There's new Skywatcher NPCs, so I'm assuming we will need weather for something. I don't know, fishing, maybe some of the sightseeing log. I don't know, but there are some cool new weathers. That's all I'm going to say.
Yes.
and you can now see them. They have added flying mounts. I've gotten to experience this, and Kariri has too. Kariri keeps like being ahead of me and taking whatever new flying mount that I don't have access to. And she hovers over my head, taunting me. But that's okay.
Actually, I was taunting Ulf. You just happened to be there.
I think we talked a little bit already how to get these flying mounts. Several of, like 10 of them, are just basically you run over, you attune with the wind current, and then the other 5 are quested.
And we will mention you have a wind current reader item in your inventory, and you can actually take it from your key items and stick it on your bar, your buttons, and just click it, and it'll tell you what direction and how many yalms away an aether current is.
Like lay of the land or something.
Yes, it's very much in
exactly.
yalms. I put that shit on my hotbar. That was one of the few things somebody actually put in free company chat, because we're pretty spoiler free. We're like, don't make me kick you. And but yeah, something useful like that. Do drag that shit onto your hotbar, because you're gonna hit it a lot, and when you're actually searching for it, you're not gonna want to open your menu and blah 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 blah. The little screenshot here, I don't know, there must be 6 zones that have flying. I've only unlocked like 3, so I don't know. An icon on the map, though, when you pull up the map, it looks like a little wing. Those which ones indicate that you can actually fly there. The rest of this is all like flying. Honestly, I switched it to hit the spacebar twice, and I'm legacy movement, so it was all very intuitive. And that's what I really found very impressive. I didn't have to guess. Pretty much, yeah, hit the spacebar and you fly around. If you fly down and touch the ground, you're now on the ground. Oh, I did not know this, though. Pressing the draw sheath weapon button will make you descend. I always hit the I want to mount a different mount. It always brought me to the ground anyway.
Eddard showed me this. Yeah, if you hit Z, you'll just drop.
Cool. All right. This is funny that they had to actually put a little note. Flying with pets. If you have a pet summoned and you fly, your pet will be disabled. Well, it's the same as it is when you mount anyway. So, yeah. I don't know. At some point, though, if you're flying, you will get a quest called I Believe I Can Fly, which will let you fly on your Chocobo companion and your legacy and Fat Chocobo. So, go do that quest.
And that one's just in Ishgard. It's not real spoilery or anything. Just it'll pop up in Ishgard within your first 3 levels, I believe.
Well, every time I go back to town or every time I zone in somewhere, I usually pull up the map and I'm like, is there any new quests?
Exactly, I do too.
All right, the battle system. We can get to 60 now, yo.
What?
Yeah, we could play some of the new 3 jobs. We've talked about all those before. They do list the abilities here and whatnot, and they do all have quests to start all the 3 new jobs.
I just watched Cinna do the machinist quest. This is so cool. So cool looking. Have you guys done it?
I have, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I gotta go unlock it.
I laughed pretty good, honestly.
They're all pretty easy to get going. Actually, I died really bad on them. I'm not a tank. I died on the tanking one. I don't want to talk about PvP, but apparently they have adjusted it. They have adjusted limit breaks. Everybody has their own level 3 limit break now. I don't think I've seen any of them yet. Probably because we only get level 2s and everything I'm in, for the most part.
Yeah, I haven't really seen any of the level 3s yet. But we'll get there soon.
We'll get there soon. There is now an armory bonus when you're below 50. It's been increased to 100%, so you now get more experience if it is not your highest job. They added new dungeons. All the ones I've done are fun. They've added new trials. Oh my god. Have fun, because damn, that's all I'm going to say.
Oh, I've heard Ravana was fun.
My husband.
Loved.
Oh, when we could talk spoilers, I'll talk spoilers. But
actually, I loved Bismarck. Bismarck was way fun to me. Ravana's crazy. And that's all I'm saying.
Oh, they did increase echo in Final Coil.
Expected. It'll probably cap here at 20%, which is what the other 2 Quasar.
Yeah. Well, and they even said in a live letter or something, they're like, "Well, come back when you're level 60 in high gear, and you just stomp it." So I don't know if it's level capped or what.
Oh, I think we skipped something in the patch notes that we might want to mention offhand about that.
For it.
They changed the player attributes. So skill speed and spell speed now affect damage over time and healing over time effects.
That's right. That's right.
Determination on auto attacks has been reduced. Critical hits now affects damage dealt with a critical strike. And certain attributes no longer affect parry or block. I just thought I'd throw that in there because that is actually, it's kind of a passover here in the notes, but that's kind of a big deal.
Well, that's a huge deal, and I know they've put a bunch into talking about the spell speed, skill speed thing, because that's been such a sore spot for classes, especially summoner with spell speed. But I didn't really know they were going to do the rest of that. What do you attest that to?
I honestly don't know because I don't remember them mentioning much of the rest of it. The reduction of debt on auto attacks, that seems kind of bizarre to me, considering I didn't think the debt was that strong to begin with. I'm not sure though. I'm really not. And I'd really like to know what doesn't affect parry or block anymore. You know, that's kind of important for a tank. So it would be good for me to know, you know, if something is going to, or something was affecting it before and is not now. That'd be good to know.
What are those attributes?
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'd like some more details there at some point. But yeah, so I just thought I'd throw that in there, sis.
Cool. They did add gear for the 3 new jobs to previously existing dungeons and trials and raids, so good. They've increased, not increased. You know, people would like go farm the first room of Zemil Darkhold, right? They have kind of nerfed that. They've reduced the XP on, you know, trash and actually added it to the bosses. Apparently farming the first room is not what they intended.
You're kidding.
I know, right?
Who would have guessed?
I didn't know I'd been pronouncing Zamail.
It's Zamail.
Zamail Darkhold wrong.
Yeah, it's Zamail.
This entire time.
Yeah, I actually started a list of pronunciations of things that I didn't know were completely fucking wrong.
We'll practice before the next.
I had no idea.
Podcast.
My number one ability that I use the most is Rage of Hellone. I've always called it. It's Hellone. So I've been saying one of my abilities wrong for, you know, years.
My goddess has a first name. It's Halone.
Speaking of goddesses, okay, this is completely off the rails. So do you remember that Nofika used to be the only one that they had a personification, a physical humanoid,
and
right?
how physical she is.
Yeah, and there is a reason where Nofika's bosom. She has huge tracts of land. Well, but there's now statues of her how do you say it?
Hellone?
Yeah, so she actually is the only other god of the 12 we have actually seen a physical representation of.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. That just stood out to me. All right, they adjusted some mechanics of dungeons. If you die in an instance, you'll be revived. I'm so sad about that one, guys, because when I would disconnect and say fuck it and go to bed and log in the next day and I was dead standing in the front yard of our free company house. I loved that.
Well, I gotta say, I missed this one. When I read the patch notes, I was reading too fast or something because I died doing an instanced part of the main storyline quest. And I was surprised I died, and I was like, oh my god, I died main storyline quest. You know, I was feeling really stupid. And then I come outside, and there I am standing, and he's like, what's up? Start again. I'm like, wait, what just happened?
Yeah.
Like, that's like the only impact whatsoever for dying. And it's like, they just, I was a little grossed out. I care, damn it.
No, I know. I do too. Okay, well, guys, they adjusted a million things.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of other things that are changing. We are not even halfway through these notes. So I encourage everyone to go look at the notes and at least skim them. See
Yeah.
see what you think is interesting.
New tomestones, new loot
rules, new.
We didn't talk about you mentioned those adjustments, Kariri. There was another one with Summoner where the pets are now back accuracy. They were flank before for summoners. If you know, you had to equip gear for flank accuracy, not for yourself because you would do back like a black mage would, but your pet had to have flank accuracy to be effective. That's no longer the case. Summoner's got a boost. I think Summoner's got away with a lot this go around.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
Well, based on the forums, they hated themselves, and so maybe this will help. That, and they get to do Ankh Morn, and they get Bahamut wings. So
That's right. New enemies, new gear, new recipes, new hunt marks,
zodiac adjustments, making it easier for you to get.
Here's a relic. That was like at the end of 1.0. I remember that at the end of 1.0. Here's a relic. So here's a relic.
I've enjoyed this. You can now cast teleport and return while riding a mount. This is taking time to get used to because I keep clicking to get on my mount after teleporting now, and I keep taking myself off my mount because if you're flying and you teleport, you are still on your mount when you get to where you teleported to. And so, it takes some training to not click yourself back off your mount.
New armoire items. We mentioned that. New desynthesis. Glamour prisms. They changed the tiers. That's something.
Oh, you can convert gear into grade 5 materia now. Oh, and you need grade 6 dark matter to repair your own stuff.
Yeah, I've run into that now.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
But you can get that from the NPC that we have in our house. So
you can buy those.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. And there's an NPC in Olda's little street with shops. One of the NPCs sells that too. So you don't have to go far to get it.
Crafting specialists will have souls. That's neat. So
and you can have 3 at a time.
All the stuff. Then it's almost like bringing the class to a job with the...
It kind of is, yeah.
Ooh. And the jobs themselves, when you do a job quest, you get a soul. So if anybody was questioning that, like, how does that work? Because we don't have... They have no class. Joke. But you get it. You get a job stone whenever you finish those job quests for the new ones. Pretty neat. New minions. Wow.
Yeah.
There's new crafting, new gathering holes, new fishing holes, new. Yeah, I mean it's the same old stuff, new locations, new minions, new mounts, flying mounts. What else?
I'm done. I give up.
I was going to say, I'm done with the notes.
Yeah.
Go read them. You can also read about there is a Welcome Back to Orzea campaign. If you have subscribed prior to March 31st, 2015, but have not logged in since April 1st, 2015, and Sunday, June 7th, if you've not logged in between those 2 dates, you get stuff. What do you get? You get silver chocobo feathers. And if you don't know what those are, they covered them in the live letter. Silver chocobo feathers can be traded in for stuff at the Calamity Salvager. So I went and checked it out. It's like gear and some other stuff to kind of help get you caught up, give you a little bit of kickstart. Welcome back, and so you don't feel like you're so behind. And the Recruit a Friend campaign has gotten an upgrade. I need some friends, guys.
I'm excited about this for sure.
I need it.
I think what we're all talking about is the new mounts, right? We really need new mount.
The mount.
The mount. I want to have a mount with a neural link, right?
Mm-hmm.
But to get that, we need gold chocobo feathers. So you get those by inviting friends to join Final Fantasy XIV. So you basically have to get someone who isn't playing the game yet, or at least not paying for it yet. And for all of these people, you get chocobo feathers. And I think there's also if they subscribe for a while, depending on how long those friends subscribe for, you'll get 5 more chocobo feathers if they subscribe to 150 days or 210 days, 270 days. So the longer your friend subscribes, the more gold chocobos feathers you get. And you want those because you really, really, really want the Twintani mount.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It is so cool.
It's amazing.
It's so cool.
It even has an animation, and I wanted to like fly over you guys and like do that little animation.
Have flashbacks, some sort of evil. But check out the website because it's
Ruby wants to dive bomb us.
I know.
Dodge this.
It's gonna
I
hurt.
was worried when I first heard this, like, what do you mean I have to get 15 friends to sign up to this game? Which that would work. But I mean,
That would
15
be
friends,
real
that would be, I
hard.
wanted to know. But that's not quite the case. You could have one friend subscribe for a period of time, and you would generate 5 gold chocobo feathers for 150 days, and then at 210, and then again at 270. So it may take you a little longer, but you don't have to gather 15 friends to do it. Or I guess you could. I guess you could just fork over, pay some money and buy another subscription yourself and get it that way.
That would never happen.
No, nobody
I
here
can't
would do
imagine
that.
that.
Nobody here would do that at all.
hasn't done that twice in 2 accounts, right? Oh my god! But yes, it is a new campaign. I know there are a lot of people still who are like, saying to their friends, "Okay, you've liked this game and that game and whatever. Come try this game." So, invite your friends and get them to subscribe.
Oh, we should also mention you get the epic fist bump emote.
Fist bump.
Yeah, that you get from
Oh my god!
getting a friend to subscribe.
All
Some
right.
need that emote.
Ulf has it on. I don't know how he got it. I don't even know. who subscribed.
Because he and I. Oh, I bet I have it. Oh my god.
See, I don't have anything on mine, and I've got like I don't know. I have the chocobo and the circlet and all that stuff, but I don't have any feathers. Nothing came. Ulf has feathers in his inbox.
I should check mine. Because Ulf's account's the one that I used to get my mount, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
I should check.
All right. We also have real quickly some dev blog and tracker. Take it to the limit. That was the level 3 limit breaks.
Yeah.
Which are all super flashy.
Yeah, they show everybody but mine,
Uh-huh.
which everybody has seen
Lame.
1,000 times before. I get nothing new. I get Pulse of Life. Lame. Everybody else gets cool ones.
No, I also get nothing new because I get Meteor, and Kariri
yeah.
gets nothing new because.
So the 3 of us get hosed.
Welcome
is the
to
way
the
it is.
lame cast. We don't get
Lame
any new
cast.
limit break 3s on this podcast.
So on side that, there's also a developer's blog about E3 where they real super briefly covered some stuff. I especially like the picture of people on their laptops in the hotel room. There's that Foxclan and Yoshi P.
It's cute. I think they showed this was just a recap of everything that was there on the other deal where Yoshida was showing the well, actually, he was showing this at E3, and they were like, "Oh, what are you showing? What are you showing?" Because he was flying through this area that was all green and stuff, and like he wasn't supposed to. They always do that. Like he's not supposed to show
Run
this,
over there.
and then he shows it or whatever. And I especially like down here that he attended the. I guess this was in Los Angeles where they did a Distant Worlds.
Yeah.
So cool.
And Arnie Roth and Susan Calloway, of course, were there, and it's got a nice little picture of him next to Arnie and Susan. We love you, Susan Calloway. You're so great.
Totally do.
That was one of my favorite things I ever went to.
Oh my
We
gosh.
went to
sure.
Chicago.
Yep.
Yeah. a couple
It's
years
so
ago.
great. But we totally forgot to mention, and Yoshida also mentioned this, was the new soundtrack that's going to be available.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think you can pre-order it now. I think you get a Moogle Band minion. It's everything from from Leviathan through the end of.
It's from 2.2 going forward.
Yeah.
We'll have all that. And all of this that we explained is in the digest thread. So go to the Lodestone, look at the live Letter Part 20 digest thread. They don't show the little pictures that they had, but they do have the information about the bonuses for recruiting friends. They talk about the airship stuff, which you can read in the patch notes. And they talk a little bit about Alexander, which they talk in the patch notes. But if you go back and watch the videos that are hosted on YouTube or Twitch, you can see some of the other things, because it is translated. Foxclaw and Fernhalls both speak English, and they translate for us there. But they also go into the Moogle plushies, the Recruit a Friend, and the soundtrack.
Very cool. I know. I need to go pre-order that.
Super psyched. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I think it's closing time, guys. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. You can find us on Twitter at GTFFXIV. You can email us at gtffxiv@gmail.com. Our recordings can be found on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/GTFFXIV. And we're also on iTunes, so search for us at Gather Together or GTFFXIV. Any personal plugs? I'm going to start with Ruby.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Rubicon Vale, RubiconVale.
Kariri?
I am on Twitter at Kariri Sumasu, KaririSumasu.
And you can find me on Twitter, Yelta Sumasu, YeltaSumasu. However, I'm still in a media blackout. So,
Same here.
so
Yes,
I-
don't post spoilers. Please don't post
Please
spoilers.
don't post spoilers. All right, guys, have a good night. We got an hour before the servers go down. So.
Happy
I gotta
Heavensward.
play.
Happy Heavensward.
Happy Heavensward.